So there were a few trades that went down before our playoffs in the Summer League would start. So Lonnie Hardaway ended up getting traded to us, and the Magic came up to me, like the head, like the GM came up to me and said that this is only temporary and it's just to get me used to how the NBA works, so they decided to get me someone who I'm familiar with. Trevor Sullivan got traded to the Suns for Mikal Bridges, and Zabian Panko got traded to the Raptors for Yakuba Uwatara. So our first game is going to be against the Atlanta Hawks, who have Jalen Adams, who has the same last name as me, but no way related. Not related at all. So now we have Hardaway, so someone who I'm used to, and I know how he plays. We do have Jordan Bell on the Magic somehow, I don't know, but apparently he came to Orlando. Tyler Hero as well, or Hero, however it is. And then Floyd, who was drafted with us. PJ Washington, also someone from Kentucky. This is my first time being in an NBA game, no matter what type it is. I set the screen for Hero. I'm gonna call him Hero. I called for the screen from Bell, but he loses the ball. It's not how I'd want to start the Summer League, not G League. I don't really notice anyone who's from the Big Ten. Hardaway gets the rebound, and that's his first, and I believe the first of the game. I try to drive in on the other end, but I miss. Well, I get blocked. Reddish has the ball on the other end, so that's someone who's notable. And here you got the three Big Ten all the way in the backcourt, which is me, Floyd, and Hardaway. I give it to Hardaway, who finds Floyd in the Big Ten trio. They set a lot of screens so far, but I'm able to dodge quite a bit of them. And again, I haven't really seen how Floyd plays too much, so I don't really know too much about him, but Hardaway I know a lot about, how he plays, what he's good at. I find Hardaway once again who finds Floyd. Once again, the Big Ten trio. That's what I'm going to call it for now, the Big Ten trio. They're able to tie the game up, but winning the game is kind of important, but not really too insanely important, as it's just Summer League. I decided to go on the post, and I find Bell inside. Once again, he loses the ball, but he's able to put it in. I'm not able to get the assist because Bell just can't catch the ball. I find Hero cutting inside, and he draws the foul on Reddish. I'm actually happy I got picked to the Magic because there's a good chance I'll get an opportunity to play, considering they don't have a really good small forward. Now Floyd, on the other hand, I don't really know if he's gonna play. And Hardaway, I already know he's just for the summer league. I drive by my defender and force my way inside for my first points in the NBA, even if it's summer league. I don't care if it's summer league or an actual regular season game. It's still my first points, but it's going to be even better when I score my first points in the actual NBA game. I pull up for my first 3 ever attempted as an Orlando Magic. I'm liking it so far, and Hardaway I've kind of known, so I know how he works, but it's fun just watching other teammates, how they play, like Hero, I've never heard of. Well, I have heard of him, kind of, but I don't know how he plays. I come back in the second quarter. But then again, I still have to impress them because I have had a tendency to turn the ball over a lot. I'm able to get the shot over Omari Spellman. And I gotta show that I can take over a game, as it's been a while since I've taken a free throw, so my shot was a little bit off. They also have Ignis Brazdeikis. So we have Bowman who brings up the ball. I don't know anyone here. I really don't know anyone on the court at this point on our team, but I'm going to try and show that I can lead a team. I got to show to the Magic that I can help lead this team to at least a playoff spot. I got to show that I can lead a team even if I don't have too many good teammates around me. Humphries is able to get the slam, and there is Isaac on the team, but I don't know exactly if I'm going to play or not, so it depends. I call for the screen from Washington, and I'm pretty good at getting assists off the pick and roll, but this time he misses. So I do have a little bit of competition at small forward. But maybe I can make... I was thinking of power forward, but then I remember we have Aaron Gordon. So we're pretty much set there, and there's no way I'm going to be center as we have Mo Bamba and them, because I'm not even close to that position. They give it to Herter, who gets the screen from Spellman. I'm able to contest this shot, and it's also pretty deep as well. The ball ends up going out of bounds, and I'd stay in the game, and Herter would get subbed out. Hoping maybe I can get on the bench as the bench small forward, maybe. That's my hope. Because I don't think I'm really going to get that starting spot immediately. But I think I should get the bench small forward position. At least that's what I think I should get. I don't think I should be a starter because I'm new to the league. Isaac's been in the league for a year. He's a little bit more experienced. So I think a good position for me, I think, would be bench small forward. I don't even care about the score exactly. I'm just trying to prove that I have the skills to compete in the NBA. As I'm able to draw another and one. I'm definitely going to try and slow down my free throws. I'm not too much of a fan of going this fast, but it's been a while, so I don't really know what I want to be as free throw. Like, I don't know what my form is going to be. I'm pretty sure I should make the team, considering nobody else who's here so far doesn't seem to impress me, but then again, I have to impress them as well, so. But it's a good thing I made it to I got drafted to the Orlando Magic because there's a lot of opportunities. Compared to getting drafted to a team with a really good small forward. Like, say, getting drafted to, let me think. Like, to the Raptors, because they have Kawhi. It's like they wouldn't need a small forward considering they have a really good one already. So why would they start a young small forward who is inexperienced in the league as hasn't even played a single regular season game? My free throw's a little bit off because I still have to get used to my free throw shot, and I gotta try and figure out what's more comfortable for me in the NBA, as it's completely different than in college basketball. I'm able to get the board, and I find Hero, who cuts in, steps back, and hits the mid-range from the free throw line. They seem to like putting me at power forward, so maybe that might be an option. I might play a bunch of power forward off the bench. I don't know though. It seems like Humphries has taken over has done pretty good for Atlanta. I set the screen for Fulton. He's able to drive in and dunk it. A lot of Magic fans were kind of a little bit disappointed that they had to get me instead of Evan Hardaway. But the Nets had picked Hardaway a few picks before, like 2 picks, I think, in front of me. As I find Hero on the fast break, but I give it to Bell instead, but once again he misses. I'm not liking Bell too much. Then again, if you take over in the summer league, it doesn't mean too much. It's only summer league games, so it's not all complete NBA talents. It's just to try and show, like, for young guys that you can play pretty well. I give it to Brown, who nails the 3. They gave it to Fletcher McGee, I believe, but I think I could be wrong with that. That's definitely a problem, as my passes sometimes get stolen because they're not exactly where I want them. So that is something that people looked at, and that might be why I wasn't picked top 3, top 2, and why I fell to, not really fall, but why I got picked 5th and behind Evan Hardaway. At least I think I got picked behind Evan Hardaway. Or they wanted Reddish or someone else. They didn't really want me in Orlando, but I'm not really going to pay attention to that, as it's just the fans, and it's not, doesn't make that much of a difference how the fans think. That is a problem with my passing, and I have a tendency sometimes to pass to someone even if they're not open, but I intended to pass to them anyways. I find Hardaway, who gets a basket inside. Hardaway inbounds it to Floyd, who gives it to Hero. I'm able to get open, but I missed the shot. Hardaway got the rebound. I pull up from deep, but it misses, as it wasn't a good shot. I'm able to contest Reddish's shot pretty well. And we go into halftime. But since it's summer league, halftime isn't that long. So I'm able to get the block on Jackson. I believe it's Justin Jackson who I'm guarding. I find Hero on the other end, and he gives it right back to me. I'm just trying to show that I can play pretty well, and that I can lead a team, whether it's off the bench or starting. Hardaway helps with the defense, and he gets the rebound. Bell ends up losing the ball, and I try to run in to help with defense, but I wasn't able to get there in time. We call for a quick isolation for Floyd. I find Floyd off the screen from Bell, and he finds me just sitting there wide open for the mid-range. I tried to contest Jackson's shot, but he's able to get it by. Floyd ends up turning the ball over, and the other Adams is on the other end. I try to contest Humphrey's shot, but it didn't really have too much effect. Floyd immediately dishes it to Hero. He's able to find Hardaway, but he gets blocked. Hardaway is able to get the ball back and put it back in. I thought Floyd was open, but I didn't see Reddish, so it'd be a steal for Atlanta. I couldn't find where Jackson had gone through a big mess of players and was able to drive inside and get an easy basket. Give it to Bell, but he's not really going to do anything unless it's inside the paint. I set the screen for Floyd, and we're passing the ball around quite a bit. Floyd takes the mid-range shot and misses. I find Floyd running up the court and not really able to do much. I find Bell, but he passes it out to Hero, who hits the three. We're doing a good job of moving the ball around. Hardaway plays some good defense and gets the rebound. I called for the screen from Hardaway, and he hits the mid-range shot. Adams is able to find Reddish, who knocks down the open three. It's been a pretty good game so far, as it's been pretty close. I set the screen for Floyd, and I find Hero, who's wide open. He would miss, and Bell would be unable to get the rebound. Reddish once again pulls up for three, this time missing. Hero would pull it down, and I find Hardaway on the other end. I don't know if the Magic are actually thinking of trading Hardaway. I don't know, though. Maybe they're trying to get someone who can work with me and would work at the same time on the court and have good chemistry. But I don't know, because they said they were going to trade him after Summer League. It'd be a tie game when I come back in. I tried to help double team with Adams, but ends up leaving the person I'm defending wide open, as I find Bell, who ties the game up once again. I decided to go with 15 as my number, as that was one of my favorite numbers. I just went with 21 because it was unavailable. 15 was just unavailable. I decided to drive in, and I draw the foul on Adams. Adams would bring it up for Atlanta. Not me, but Jalen Adams. They find Jackson, who gets blocked. I find Hardaway, who was able to get the easy layup as he had the mismatch. Reddish would hit the first free throw and hit the second as well. Hardaway gives it to Hero, who gets the screen from Bell. He misses, but Bell gets the rebound, giving it to Hero. He draws the foul on John Collins. He would hit both free throws, so we'd have a 4-point lead. I try to help play defense on Reddish, but I get called for the foul. He would hit the free throw and it'd be a 1-point game. Floyd finds Bell off the pick and roll. Jalen Adams would bring it up and give it to Reddish. Reddish would take the shot over Hero and hit it, making it a 1-point game. Hardaway was able to get his number 30. I give it to Hero, who hits the contested 3-point shot. They give it to Jackson, who gets the screen from Spellman. He would miss, and I would pull down the rebound over Spellman. I give it to Hero all the way up the court, and he passes it out to Bell. Hero gives it to Bell, who goes in the post. He would miss the shot, and Reddish would have the ball. Hero would be called for the foul, and Reddish would go to the line. He would miss, and I would get the rebound. I decided to give it to Floyd on the other end, who would hit the mid-range. I'm used to those kind of passes from playing with Rutgers, as a lot of times it would be Young. Before it would be Gibson or Wallace towards the beginning, but towards the end it started to become Young. Towards the end it would be Young. Towards the beginning it was Gibson, I believe. And I'd always pick and roll with Hardaway and Shepard. Reddish has been doing pretty good during this game. And I'd switch to guard him. He missed the shot as I contested it pretty well. I find Hardaway, who takes the deep mid-range shot. he missed and Floyd would be called for the reach-in. I'd actually have a double-double, 21 points, 11 assists so far. He tries to lob it up, but it gets blocked. I decided to give it to Hero, who is able to knock down the layup over Reddish. I'm trying to show that I can do a lot of things. That I can get rebounds, I can get assists. I'm kind of taking Summer League. I'm kind of taking the Summer League as a way to show that I can help lead this team to the playoffs, depending on whether I'm on the bench or starting or wherever. Put at a different position. Floyd ends up lobbing it up to Bell, who slams it down, finishing the alley-oop. I find Hardaway on the other side, who gives it to Hero. I give it to Hardaway off the pick and roll, but he gets blocked. I'm able to poke the ball away, and it'd still be Hawks' ball. I tried to get the steal, but I just barely missed. Reddish would pull up for three, and Bell would pull down the rebound. Floyd would give it to Hero. Give it to Hardaway to see if he can find anyone. He gives it to Hero, and I'm forced to pull up for a terrible shot, as the shot clock would have expired. Jalen Adams drives in, but he misses. Hardaway pulls down the rebound with a lot of people around him. I find Hardaway for a pretty good layup. We'd pretty much had advanced to the next round, and I believe it's the Nets waiting for us, and they have the one guy, Evan Hardaway. I had 21.7 rebounds, 13 assists, and Hero had 17. Hardaway had 17 and 12. But I'm not sure if he's staying. Floyd had 6 and 3, and Fultz is actually injured with a bruised right hip. And for the Hawks, Isaac Humphries had 20, Reddish had 15, Radziskis 11. Spellman had 10 rebounds for them. Next round, I'm pretty sure, is against the Nets.